Hey everybody, welcome back to BigRedEDC. Well, this is kind of as the title says, it's kind of a reply to my good buddy Casey over at Knives Fast here on YouTube. He did an open tag about what are your 3 favorite thumb stud opening knives. And I was like, okay. And he kind of asked me, hey, would you mind doing one? I was like, sure, man, I'll do it. And the more I got to thinking about it, I was like, man, I gotta really have more than 3 that I really like. And I was just like, you know what? I have not done a decent top 10 list in quite a while. So you know what? We're gonna do one today. Why? Because I can. And they're kind of fun. So, first off, these are in no particular order except for numero uno. The last one I show will pretty much be my absolute favorite. And if you guys have been following the channel for a while, y'all can probably guess which one that's going to be. So don't shout it out. Don't spoil it for everybody else. But if you've got a picture in your mind of what you think it is, stay with that and we'll get to the end. So, the first off, like I said, these are in no particular order except for number 1. But the first, it has to be the SOG Terminus XR. Guys, yes, now I realize that this is a flipper and a thumb stud opener. It's a dual. I tell you what, guys, I do not use the flipper tab on either one of these knives. I just don't. I use the thumb stud. Never, I tell you what, it flips fine, but I just prefer to use the thumb studs on it. It's much more fun to me. And not to mention, this one was a gift from my good buddy Peter over at the Therapeutic Edge. So that one, of course, has a special place in my collection always. But you know what, guys? You've heard me say it before. The Terminus XR saved SOG as a brand in my eye for me. So it's the first knife I had with the XR lock. And yeah, without a doubt. So, the Terminus XR definitely makes it in my top 10. What should we talk about next? Well, let's go with this one. Because this one was also an awesome gift from someone. This came from my good buddy Pocket Tank. This is the Cold Steel American Lawman. American Lawman. Shout out to Slicey Dicey for that. S35 VN steel. This knife, it's nice, it's slender, it's a lockback, but oh my goodness. Just such a nice, and it fits my hand so well. Probably my favorite cold steel in my collection right now. Has to be. I like my Code 4, and there's several awesome cold steels, but this one just has to be the absolute favorite of my collection. And like I said, it's going to make my top 10 because it was a gift from just another awesome dude in the community. So shout out to Pocket Tank. Thanks a lot, brother. Which one should we talk about next? Let's talk about this little guy. Now, some of these knives are not going to be for everybody. And this next one I'm going to show you is definitely epitomizes that. And that's this little guy. Guys, I absolutely love the little CJRB Rhea. Love this little knife. And, like I said, it's not for everybody because, one, it's small. Guys with larger hands, probably don't really care for it as much. It's only a single-sided thumb stud, so it's definitely not lefty-friendly. But that thing just jumps out of there. And, it's just like the CEO. They've kind of got that inset thumb stud there. It's kind of inset into the liner. And, I don't know the physics behind it or, leverage and all that stuff. Guys, I learned more about physics from Sheldon and Leonard than I ever learned in school. So, it just works. And it works so well. I just love how that knife just snaps out there. And the CEO is the same way. I don't have a CEO in my collection right now. I've had a couple of them. I've given them both away, but that doesn't mean I didn't like it. It just meant that, well, I gave them away. But this little guy, man, it just rockets out there. Such a fun little knife. It has to make the top 10. Oh, next one. Well, this one's definitely gonna be in there. And guys, you'll notice there's a wide range of knives. Guys, it doesn't matter to me. A knife can cost $20, it can cost $200, it can cost $400. Doesn't matter to me. If I like it, I like it. But this is obviously my CRK Man. Beautiful knife. They came out with the red micarta inlays. They kind of look brown. I know. They're kind of red. But, I mean, this has to make my top 10. One, it's by far the most expensive knife I have in my collection. And by a long shot, I only have the one. But, I mean, it's a beautiful knife. It's so smooth. The mechanics behind it, it's just an awesome knife. Doesn't get carried as much as it should, I will be perfectly honest with you, but it does obviously have to make the top 10 just because it's such an awesome knife. Next, what do we got here? Let's do this one. Yeah, another one that, yeah, it kind of has a dual opening, but I always use the thumb studs. And if an Axis lock or an XR lock disqualified any of these knives, I'd kind of be screwed, so I'll be perfectly honest with you. But this is the red, white, and blue Hogue deca. I love this knife. I mean, y'all know me, military, red, white, and blue. It just kind of, it speaks to me, but it is such a fantastic knife. Fidget factor 10, yeah. And, you know, you can use the Axis lock to open your knives, but honestly, tell me down in the comments, guys, how many of you that have an Axis or Axis style lock, I'm sorry, this is an Able lock, it's a Hogue knife, so it's not an Axis lock, Axis style or Able or XR, whatever you want to call it, how many of you actually open your knives with that? I mean, honestly, just let me know down in the comments. I'd like to know. I don't on any of them. I always use the thumb studs. That's just what I do. But yes, the Hogue deca, red, white, and blue, it makes the list. My top 10 without a question. This one. The Ace Iona Sith. Oh, such a gorgeous knife. Now, I tell you what, this one, it's red. That was awesome. It's called Sith. I'm a big Star Wars fan, so that hit me. But just the whole idea behind this knife, you know, when they sold these knives, I think it was either 144 or 188, something like that. I can never remember how many were sold, and I didn't get one when they went on sale. My good buddy JD, he helped me out. He bought one and ended up selling it to me. So shout out to JD, Shadowborn Hanks. Just the whole idea behind this knife. All the proceeds were donated to keep one of their favorite, you know, bar pubs open, the Iona. So I had to be all behind that because that's just awesome. And I really do like this knife. It fits my hand really well. Just a beautiful knife. I mean, it's red. Come on now. We know. Next. Well, here we go. Let's do another Axis. Well, we're kind of getting down there. Yep, the 940-2 Osborne. Guys, this was my first pretty much grail knife I ever had. You can tell this one does not get a lot of use just for really that purpose, kind of. Fantastic knife. It kind of gets tucked away, and it shouldn't really, but it does. I mean, not to mention I have knives coming through here all the time, so it is what it is. But yeah, love that blade shape, love the slender handle, just a fantastic knife. And those 940 fans out there know exactly what I'm talking about. So we're getting down to the nitty gritty. What do we got? 3 left? Well, I'm just going to do these now so we split up some of the axis. But here you go. Yeah, the bug out. Come on. I know there's people out there that don't really care for the bug out, which that's fine. And you've got the bug out, and then of course you have the mini bug out. But it's still a bug out. Again, it is an access lock knife, but I never use the access lock to open it. Always use the thumb studs. Again, I would really like to hear down in the comments, guys, if you guys used the Access XR Able lock to open your knives. Yeah, so, I mean, I got a couple. I got a couple of bug outs. Definitely nowhere near, you know, Zach. I'm not Zach level when it comes to bug outs. But I got a couple. Why? Because I like them. I did a video here a while back that it's pretty much, pretty much my go-to in the pocket when I want to run out quick knife. It gets grabbed. Because I'm usually up here in the room, and it's either this one, out of the ones that do get grabbed, it's that one kinda, but it's the Battle Worn. Yeah, I love the Battle Worn bug out. Yeah, just an awesome knife. So, next up. Don't think this is going to surprise anybody too much if you've heard me talk about the Centros. I love the Centros. Dylan Mallory, he's just an awesome, awesome dude. And to me, that means something. A connection with the maker, that means something. That I put a whole lot of stock in that. And not to mention, it's just a darn good knife. It's super comfortable. I have no issues with it. It just... great price. I mean, what do these sell for? Like right around 40 bucks-ish. You know, right in that. And I just love it because it's super wicked stabby too. But it's just an awesome, awesome knife. I love this knife a whole lot. Now, that's 9. If you guys have been thinking about it, you probably already know. If you don't, I'm going to show it to you now. But my absolute favorite thumb stud knife in my collection. Yeah, I mean, come on, guys. You knew it was going to happen. You knew it. You did. Yes. This is the Mini Crooked River. Just an absolutely S30V. A beautiful largemouth bass edition. Oh my goodness. I hate this. Casey Underwood design, artwork. There we go. The wood. I mean, and just the fact that it was a gift from probably one of the coolest human beings in the community. I mean, Zach gave this knife to me for my birthday. This will be a knife that never, ever, ever leaves my collection. This, man, just an absolutely wonderful, gorgeous, and beautiful knife. Now, I know you guys probably knew that was coming. If you didn't, okay, that's cool. But if you've been with the channel basically ever since I got that knife, you know that. You have to know that was probably going to be my absolute favorite knife. So, well, Casey is a little more than 3. But as I said, I haven't done a good top 10 list in quite a while. So I just thought I would throw those out there and just have some fun with it. So there you go, brother. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope all the rest of you enjoyed it. You know what? Tell me, if you want to leave down in the comments, tell me your top 3 thumb stud knives in your collection. I'd love to hear it. I'd love to hear from you. See what you think. And again, also in the comments, let me know. Do you guys actually use the Access Able XR lock to open your knife? I know we use them to close it. But do you really use it to open them? I don't. I always use the thumb studs. So thanks a lot, guys. Greatly appreciate it. As always, like, subscribe, leave that comment. You know I love talking to y'all. Until next time, I'll talk to y'all later, guys. Bye-bye.